Hey, today we're going to be diving into the Mountain Cup once again with another strong team of Pokemon that you guys might have access to. Marshtomp, Skarmory, and Shadow Alolan Ninetales. Now, because Swameprt was banned, it's actually time to try out how good a Marshtomp can be. The pre-evolution with Mudshot, Surf, and Mud Bomb. Skarmory as well is pretty strong in this meta, and Alolan Ninetales can take you by surprise. Alright, getting into the first battle, we have Marshtomp on the lead versus Lapras. So, this is not the best of matchups right here for us because we're basically doing resisted, or we're doing neutral, but those water guns are really starting to add up. So what we're going to do here is actually throw the Mud Bomb and then swap into Skarmory to try to catch the charge move. Now, Skarmory right here can tank a Surf or two. It actually is pretty bulky, as you guys may know, unless you guys are newer to Go Battle League, where you've only seen Knocked Out. Skarmory used to be the premier flyer. Now, something I want you guys to notice is they're not swapping out. This is a big tell that, especially since they shielded, that something in the back is weak to Skarmory. If I had to take a guess, it's probably going to be a grass-type Pokemon back there. So we're going to go ahead and shield. Or, sorry, we're going to let this go because I'm hoping I can get to the Sky Attack. I should have shielded. I ordered that sentence wrong. I should have shielded because I thought I was going to make it, but I didn't. So what we're going to do now is we're hard reading a grass type Pokemon in the back. So we're going to have to double shield this Alolan Ninetales now and load up on energy to see what we can do on the back end, because I have a feeling that Marshtomp isn't going to be very useful. But we'll have to see what we can do. We're going to go ahead and load up on energy. They have a lot of health still remaining. We're going to go ahead and throw the Weather Ball here. Hopefully this does enough damage. They shield! Alright, they are extremely weak to Alolan Ninetales, and I think my read might just be correct. Let's see what they have in the back. It is going to be, well, that's a Gliscor, so we're going to do a ton of damage now with Weather Ball. So it's very clear that they're weak to Alolan Ninetales. Here comes the first boom! Boom! Down goes the Gliscor, and the final Pokemon was Torterra. So the team read was correct. There was a Grass-type Pokemon back there, and it makes sense, the plays that they did, but ultimately, I hard read it, boom! And used Alolan Ninetales with shields to win that game. All right, moving to the next one, we have Marshtomp on the lead versus Diggersby. So very positive lead for us. We just have to be careful about what they decide to swap in. It is going to be a Charm Alolan Ninetales, which is perfect here for Skarmory, as we do resist the fast move of Charm, and we only take neutral damage from the Ice-type Weather Ball right here, which doesn't do too much damage considering how attack-weighted the Alolan Ninetales is, but we're going to go ahead and go for a Sky Attack here. This is a really good position for us because the Diggersby won't be able to farm us down, and the Alolan Ninetales might just not be able to get to a charge move, but they do, unfortunately, so I'm going to be forced to shield right here. But this is still okay. Diggersby really can't farm us down until we get to maybe 2 Sky Attacks potentially, but let's see what they decide to swap in. They actually swap into Escavalier, so I go for the Sky Attack. I should have gone for Brave Bird right here because, well, they let this go. And that is going to be an interesting matchup now, as we have Surf for both the Diggersby and the Escavalier. And Alolan Ninetales does pretty well against the Diggersby here. So we're going to go ahead and shield that Drill Run. And this is now going to come down to Marshtomp trying to win this game for me. And I need to dance energy very, very carefully. So we see a swap out now into Diggersby. And the play right here is actually to catch a charge move on the Alolan Ninetales, if I can catch the Earthquake. So that's what we're going to try to do, because Marshtomp with its charge move should be able to sweep. So we do catch the charge move here. And is it going to be other? It is. That's a beautiful catch, which now means we might be able to get to that Weather Ball in time. No, they just get to the Fire Punch, and this is still okay. The Excadrill is out of energy, and the Diggersby can't take us out with a Fire Punch. They have to throw an Earthquake in order to take us out. So we're in a very good position. Basically, we need 3 Mud Bombs in order to win this game. So we're going to go ahead and keep loading up on energy. They decide to swap out now into Escavalier, so we're going to go ahead and throw that Mud Bomb. And if they shield, we have the back-to-back ready to go, so we can just go ahead and throw that after 1 extra Mud Shot, so that way we're ahead on energy versus Diggersby, who does have the Fire Punch. So now this is going to be pretty close. I think we get to the Surf in time, and we do on CMP tie. So that is going to be a good game. Very well played. Marshtomp coming in clutch for me right there with the sweep. Good game. All right, moving to the next one. We have Marshtomp on the lead versus Macargo. So, again, a very positive lead for us. Let's see how they decide to adjust. They're deciding to stay in. And now actually they try to swap into Cradily, so I'm going to go ahead and swap into the Alolan Ninetales right here. I do need to watch out for Stone Edge, but my hope is that I can come out of here with energy and switch advantage. So we're going to go ahead and go for Weather Ball, as it does do super effective damage. And let's see, it does get a shield perfect. We should be able to get to this next Weather Ball just in time to put a lot more pressure on them if they decide to let this go through. Things are looking very, very good for us, and they do. Boom, down goes the Cradily. All right, let's see what they have. Magcargo is likely going to be coming back in, but these fast moves right here of Incinerate, they don't do that much damage. We should be able to get to 2 Weather Balls right here, which even though this is resisted from Magcargo, it actually puts in a decent amount of damage. As you guys can see, we're going to start getting it very, very low right here, where now the Marshtomp might just be able to farm down with Mud Shot alone. So they decide to let it go through. They're extremely low now. Good job, Alolan Ninetales. And we're going to go ahead and come in with that Marshtomp and force a CMP tie because we have a higher attack. So we're going to go ahead and throw that Surf right here, forcing shield number 2. And then we will go ahead and let this go. I don't know what they have in the back, but we are going to be resisting the Overheat, even though it does a ton of damage. And, well, the final Pokemon is actually a Camerupt. So that's a brave call by my opponent, going for ABA line with double fire. Boom! Down goes the Camerupt, and down goes the Magcargo, because Marshtomp just made quick work of it. All right, moving to the next one, we have Marshtomp on the lead versus Empoleon. So pretty positive matchup right here for us because of the Mud Shot and Mud Bomb, but we still have to respect the waterfall damage. It really starts to add up, and if they take this into the 2s, we're going to be in a very tough situation. So they decide to shield right there, which is fine. We go ahead and get another Mud Bomb, and they make a great swap now into Skarmory. So unfortunately, this is not going to do that much damage. We're going to go ahead and load back up to a Mud Bomb and now swap out into our own Skarmory right here, as we are ahead on shields and HP. But they do have an advantage in terms of energy, but ultimately Sky Attack and Brave Bird just doesn't do that much damage, so Skarmory can easily tank these right here. Now I'm going to keep loading up and look to go for a Sky Attack, because this is likely going to be a Brave Bird on their end. This is the kind of time that you would try to throw it, which they do. So now this is going to allow me to go for my own Sky Attacks, and we should be able to take it out and potentially farm down, so we have a Brave Bird for the Empoleon on the back end. So we do right there. Now we can farm down safely and go for Brave Bird here, as Empoleon is going to be coming back in to load up on energy. Now, Empoleon still has a good amount of energy, so we have to be careful with how we take this thing out, but they decided to no-shield the Brave Bird, which is perfect. We are now going to go ahead and look to come in with the Alolan Ninetales. Reason being, Marshtomp is going to go down anyways, but we want to save that energy on Marshtomp to see if we can take out something on the back end. So we're going to go ahead and look to double shield right here and then farm down with Powder Snow, because we can get a lot of energy unless they decide to swap out, which they do. So it's actually their own Marshtomp in the back. So Weather Ball right here is going to do a lot of neutral damage. And remember, we still have that energy banked on our own Marshtomp, so it is looking pretty good for the W now, because we can force the final shield here with Weather Ball. They're going to have to throw double Surf or double Mud Bomb in order to take us out, because one is not going to be enough, which means they're going to be energy dry. And that way we can go for a Mud Bomb versus the Marshtomp, and then a fast move down against Empoleon, because they are low enough thanks to the Powder Snow chip damage that we've done right there. So we're going to go ahead and come in, go for the Mud Bomb right here, take out the Marshtomp, and then look to fast move down Empoleon. It's going to be close, but I think we can manage it. 1, 2, yeah, we do get it. Beautiful. Good game. All right, moving into the next one. We have Marshtomp on the lead versus Camerupt. So really nice lead right here for us. And let's see what they decide to do. They decided to swap into Ferrothorn, so we're going to go ahead and come in with the Skarmory. Now, Ferrothorn does have access to Thunder, but it's a matter of if they're actually running it. So I'm going to go ahead and respect the potential Thunder and Shield, but it's actually a Flash Cannon. So this tells me they probably don't have it. They probably have Flash Cannon and Power Whip. So we can safely no-shield the rest of the charge moves. If I get hit with a Thunder, so be it. But I mean, come on. The read of Flash Cannon, we got to respect the fact that they probably don't have a Thunder. And we don't get one-shot by Thunder anyway, so it is, in fact, just a Power Whip right there, which is fine, which means we can fully fast move down. And this Camerupt coming back in is gonna get hit with a lot of energy because we have a full farm down right now. And let's see, Camerupt does come in. We go for a Sky Attack first to try to bait out a shield because they do have 2 remaining, and we do get in. And now we're safe to go for Brave Bird right here. And this, oh man, this just does so much damage. Boom! One shot to the Camerupt, and Torterra comes in. So we're going to go ahead and come in with the Alolan Ninetales and Powder Snow down, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played. My goodness, Scarm. That game went from so just low-key to just instantly over. Boom! All right, you love to see it. We got a Seismitoad on the lead and a swap into Lapras. So now what we need to do here is go for Mud Bomb and then swap into our own Skarmory. I'm not as concerned about switch advantage against the Lapras because both Marshtomp and Alolan Ninetales can do decently well against the Seismitoad. There's no hard counter situation right there. What would be really nice is to have shield advantage if I can in this mid-game matchup. So we're going to go ahead and go for Sky Attack. It does force a shield. All right, let's see if we can get 2 right here from them. I'm going to have to shield myself because we learned from earlier that I won't be able to survive long enough, right? And so we're going to go ahead and now go for another Sky Attack. If we can get 2 shields from the opponent here in the mid-game, we're looking very strong for a sweep with either Marshtomp or Alolan Ninetales. So we do get 2 shields. This is perfect. They're going to go ahead and throw the Surf here, so we'll let this go. And then we will come in and load up on some energy here with Alolan Ninetales. Now, we're going to have to be careful about the Surf damage that could be coming through. So they're going to go ahead and throw. We will shield. We'll respect it. But we're going to commit to that full farm down right here. Powder Snow should just do enough damage. And they decide actually to counter swap back into Seismitoad. So we're going to go ahead and go for the free Dazzling Gleam right here. Both the neutral damage, Weather Ball and Dazzling Gleam. But Dazzling Gleam, oh my goodness, that is a lot. Now, I thought to myself, there is no way this is a Sludge Bomb. There is no way. No, it's just a Muddy Water, so we do survive that. Final Pokemon is Ferrothorn. I'm like, oh man, this is not good. So what we have to do is we have to catch the charge move here on Marshtomp. Power Whip, I'm sorry, buddy. Boom! Down goes Marshtomp, and now pray that the neutral damage from Weather Ball is gonna be enough to take it out. I don't know if it is. This is going to be extremely close, and I mistimed my charge move right there, but that is okay, hopefully, because Weather Ball, no! They survive with 1 HP in a dream, so good game. Ferrothorn did a nice job kind of core breaking me right there. I think my only play was really to catch the charge move. I mean, I could have potentially gone for double Weather Ball and then Mud Bomb with Marshtomp to potentially win, but either way, good game. We have a Gliscor now in the lead, so Surf here does a ton of super effective damage. This is a really nice lead situation for us as they decide to no-shield. Look at that damage. It is just insane. Now, they're going to go ahead and go for the charge move, so I will respect the damage coming from Shadow Gliscor as it is going to be the Earthquake. And we're going to go ahead and counter swap now into Alolan Ninetales and Powder Snow down right away. They couldn't react fast enough. And we do see a Shadow Mawile come in now with Fire Fang. So Dazzling Gleam right here. I'm telling you, sometimes resisted moves just do way too much damage. That Dazzling Gleam is an insane amount. Now, what we're going to do here is come in with Skarmory. If I come in with Marshtomp, I'm going to be forced to potentially shield, but at least Skarmory is going to resist the potential Iron Head and or Play Rough, and it is going to be the Iron Head, which is perfectly fine, and we can fast move down. We don't take too much damage right there, and the final Pokemon is going to be a Berserker. So what we're going to do here is look to go for Sky Attack to try to force out a shield. I could go for a Brave Bird, then I'm worried about the farm down, so Sky Attack does get a shield. Now we need to counter swap back into our Marshtomp, saving HP on our Skarmory. That way Mud Bomb here can get shield number 2. And if this game does come down to the Skarmory versus Berserker matchup because this Mud Bomb may not be enough, I should be able to fast move down. So we go ahead and go for the Mud Bomb. Berserker is deadly with its Shadow Claw and Foul Plays, but ultimately that Mud Bomb did so much damage. Good game! Marshtomp taking it right there. And that was, I believe, the final battle, and it was. So this team was pretty fun to use. Marshtomp, Skarmory, and Alolan Ninetales that had a good handle on the meta, depending on what I saw. So overall, I think it was pretty fun. I think Marshtomp is something spicy that you guys can try out. And then I would definitely say of this team, if you're going to invest in one Pokemon, it's going to be the Shadow Alolan Ninetales because of what it does not only in this meta, but in the Open Great League as well. It's one of the best Pokemon in Open Great League, so definitely look to get yourself one if you haven't already. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.